High school memories stay with us the longest. The friends, the teammates, the joy. The 2017 Perfect Game High School Showdown, a memory machine. Allow us to introduce you to an Alabama slugger perfecting his swing, an elite catcher making his pitchers the stars, a young man that had an angel provide a home, a junior southpaw battling cerebral palsy, not desiring your sympathy. We'll find out why baseball legends are driven to teach, lead, and do so very humbly. And the baseball, elite, passionate, be true to your school. Hi there, folks. Welcome back to the ballpark. Many gorgeous ballparks. Talking about, of course, Perfect Game Park, Lake Point, Emerson, Georgia. This, by the way, is Perfect Game All-American Jacob Heatherly. My name is Darren Sutton. Glad to have you with us. This is the 5th annual Perfect Game High School Showdown. What we love about this event, Jake, is it's travel ball with the level of play, but it's high school. Assess the level of talent here.
It's crazy. It's a real high level of talent here. It's just fun to come out here and compete, and you just gotta have an edge and be at your best. Just gotta come out here and compete real hard.
So that's great, but then you're also putting together the fact you guys all go to science class together. You go to chemistry. Some of you take AP classes. Some of you have a date for the prom tonight. Some of you might be staying. I like the fact you guys hang out together back at home, but you get to be here and take a trip together. Talk about the destination, the trip, and being with your high school friends.
It's real fun, just building a camaraderie with all your friends. We all have great relationships, and we just have a great time. It's real fun to be here today.
You like this facility?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, you want to tour this facility?
Sure.
All right, we're going to stay here. Shannon, take it away.
We're here at Perfect Game Park at Lake Point. We're obviously here for baseball, but this place has so much more. There's 8 baseball fields, wakeboarding, volleyball, soccer, basketball, you name it, this place has it. And it's a one-stop shop. They're building hotels and restaurants. This is a sports fan's paradise. Inside at the main complex here at Lake Point. Check it out. We've got a basketball tournament going on. We've got wrestling. There's a gymnastics competition. You can have your birthday party here. Let's take a peek around.
As you can see, this is an incredible spot. He's had a lot of fun. Shannon had a lot of fun. Thanks for running all over campus to show us beautiful Lake Point. Right behind home plate, dude. Right behind home plate. How important is a catcher? Better yet, introduce us to your catcher at Coleman.
It's Wheeler Eastman. He's a great friend of mine. I'm really grateful for him. He's just really good, and he really frames up pitches, and I could be more grateful for that, because if I miss just by a couple of balls, he's always going to frame it up for a strike, and he's got a good arm. He's quick behind the plate, so I'm just really grateful for him.
Brookwood is here, by the way. They have a catcher, Will Banfield. He is an outstanding catcher. He's a Vandy commit. He's a year behind you. You've heard of him?
Yes, sir, I have.
Yeah, he steals a lot of strikes, just like you're talking about. He can certainly hit. He'd be a guy that you'd enjoy pitching to, maybe someday. College level,
yes, sir.
Professional level, maybe you'll face him, we'll see. He does the same thing, steals strikes. Teach us, Will. So much value on framing pitches, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, a lot of big league catchers like to call it presenting pitches, stealing strikes. Us old pitchers, young pitchers really love it. Do you have a way that you get ready to do it better? Maybe before games or during practice?
Well, before games, I like to do some drills. I do before every single game, and I just get my hands working, get my hands in the zone, and make sure that I stay around the plate for every single pitch.
Okay, you want to do them real quick?
Yes, sir.
All right, remind me what I need to do differently, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'll just give you some location.
Yes, sir. First I stand up, and I just do get my hands working. Then I'll sit down, my primary position with no glove, and I'll do the same thing. And then after that, I'll sit my secondary, do the same thing as well. And then I'll get my glove on and we'll start doing rapid fire with both
Rapid
hands.
fire, let's go.
Yes, sir. And then we'll get the starting pitcher and he'll start throwing me pitches.
Okay.
And then we'll do that after
I'm
that.
going to spin you some breaking balls. You ready?
Yes, sir.
What are some of the keys? Walk me through it. What are some of the keys? Your wrist, your catcher's mitt. Give me some secrets on
sir.
presenting pitches.
So really, I use my glove and I pretend like it's a steering wheel. So on an inside pitch, I'm pretending like I'm trying to get on the left side of the steering wheel right here. And that's how I present the pitch right there. Outside pitch, I do the same thing here and just turn my wrist about 45 degrees that way. And then on the top pitch, on a high pitch, I try to curl my wrist down. And on a low pitch, I try to bring my thumb up to the sky, like I'm trying to give a thumbs up. So that's how I present the low pitch.
Your pitchers can help you by hitting their spots, right?
Oh yeah, yes sir.
All right, let's go through some more rapid fire and then we'll be done.
Okay.
Away. In. Away. Breaking ball. Breaking ball. Nice. Two more, you ready?
Yes sir.
Away. Oh, missed my spot. Last one.
Yes sir.
All right. So, this position, blocking is so important, but all you young catchers learn to block. How valuable has this become for your game, stealing strikes?
Oh, it's been awesome. Just my pitchers, it's easy when they hit the zones, but when they don't, I'm glad that I have the technique with the steering wheel that I said that I can just steal a strike for the umpire to call. So,
all right. They owe you
awesome.
many steak dinners. You realize that,
oh,
right?
Yes, sir.
Many steak
sir.
dinners. Nice job.
Thank you.
Way to go, Will.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Just on three. 1, 2, 3. Yes.
24 high school teams compete in the 5th annual PG High School Showdown, 5 of them ranked in the top 50 nationally. There are 14 players in this event that are ranked in the top 100 of their respective class. Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Texas are represented, but the number of states will increase dramatically in 2018. 55 alumni of this event have been drafted. Nearly 600 past participants are college commits. The defending champs, Alabama's Sparkman High School, the Senators. So, obviously, left-handed pitcher, right?
Sir.
So this is very important, right? Imagine if here you had no use of this at all. As a matter of fact, it was just done. You could not use it, all right? So that left arm you could still work with, but no glove, no lead arm, nothing.
It'd be very difficult. It'd be really challenging because the lead arm's so important for a pitcher to get through his pitch and follow through. So I'd say it'd be really challenging. I had to really work at it.
You have to really work at it. There's a young man out of 2nd Baptist in Houston, Texas. His name is Jackson Ryan. He continues to really work at it. Let's introduce you to Jackson through his pitching coach, a name you're familiar with. Here's Andy Pettit.
You know, Jackson's been on our JV team this year pitching down there, and he's been throwing the ball real well. So we brought him on this trip, and we hope to be able to get him in there. But, I mean, Jackson's got a heart of gold, and I mean, he is a competitor. He knows the game in and out. When you talk about a kid that knows what he wants to do out there on the mound, he knows that. I wish that every player we had the heart that he has. So it's been really fun. He's obviously comes from a great family. He's got great parents. Obviously, Nolan was my idol growing up, and when I see Nolan, he's still my idol, you know. And so it's been fun to have Jackson around. He's a great kid.
Has he taught you anything unique about your coaching capabilities in terms of challenges or things that you didn't know about yourself before?
No, not really. Just with Jax, like I said, Jax has a real good idea of what he's doing, and with him having cerebral palsy, I just talk to Jax more and just trying to get him to relax. Just getting out there when he is out there, just relax, have fun. He puts so much pressure on himself, and he wants to do so great. But as far as knowing the game and handling situations, he's almost like a 10-year vet, to tell you the truth. He has a real good idea what he wants to do. So more than anything, I don't mess with Jax with his mechanics. He's worked really, really hard for a long time to be able to get where he can throw strikes, and he's just an awesome kid, and we're just always pulling for him, and we hope he has great success.
There's so many titles you can wear. I think you like to just wear the title of baseball player.
Yes.
So we'll start with that. You've overcome some obstacles. We'll get into those titles in just a minute. But to be a baseball player, you have to overcome obstacles. Describe how your equipment works.
So I basically just have this Velcro that sticks into the side here, and I just hold it on right here and do regular motion, and then as soon as I pitch the ball, I just take it off with my hand here. So
Video has inspired you. You have watched athletes that have had to do the same before. Who have you
Yes.
watched?
Jim Abbott.
Watch him make the transfer. There he is. How about that? Sports fans talking about
The other, title that you wear is cerebral palsy, and
Yes.
that's something you take with you. So a lot of people watching this don't have any sort of medical background. They know the word. Why don't you give us a first-hand perspective of what you deal
So
with?
CP is basically where my right side of my body is tight all the time, so I go like this and hold on. So like when it gets cold outside and stuff, I grip real tight, and so it just it makes it a little more difficult than regular deal. But I just kind of go through it every day and just try to do it the best I can.
Hence the "it is what it is." That
Yes.
really applies there, right?
Yeah.
So the other title you wear, besides high schooler and baseball player, is grandson and son. I had to do that thing. I had to be son of
Yes.
Hall of Famer. You're grandson of Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Are you proud of wearing that title?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, everything, and it's a little different, but I mean, it is what it is. So just gotta act like a normal person and go through your normal day. And just,
All right, you want to toss a little bit?
sure.
All right, let's toss a little bit. I've got to know some of the things that go into you, like mechanically. As we play catch now, some of the things that you have to tell yourself mechanically.
Just kind of do my normal routine and just kind of follow through, and then
Follow
just take
through?
it off as soon as I let go of a pitch or play catch. So, and then just
Scout
put
me.
it back on.
Scout me, what stuff will I see when I see you pitch?
Just fastball, curveball, move it around a little bit.
Okay.
So,
My favorite question to ask in these situations, when anyone's had to have an uphill battle, is should we feel sorry for you?
no,
Why?
because I just gotta go through it and continue to do what I need to do in order to pitch well, and I do everything normally. So no,
All right,
not.
sounds fair to me. Jackson, how long do you hope to do this, the baseball part?
Hopefully for a little bit longer. I want to try playing college and stuff, so just take it one day at a time, try to get better every time out. So.
Nice. Curveball grip, are you on the side of the baseball, 2-finger, knuckle up? Show me the grip.
Just regular curveball.
Spin one
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
Nice. Want to throw a few straight?
Sure. It's fun. It's just fun being around the game and
Yeah.
enjoying it, and
That's the key.
it's awesome. So.
That's the key. Matched commitment to your age group, 14U. Perfect game. Love baseball forever. This is your office,
Right.
and you are going to educate us, okay? Because when you're comfortable, when you're an All-American, congratulations
Thank
again
you.
on last year, we can learn from you, and young hitters can learn from you. You're constantly learning. So I'm stepping out of your office, and you're going to do some teaching for me. Start with your feet, please. When you step into the box, what are the most important things you tell yourself about your feet?
It really depends on the pitcher. If I have somebody pumping 91, 92, I'll get, you know, not all the way in the box. My hands are pretty fast. I trust myself. So I'll get a good stance.
So the two go together when we're talking about feet. What do you think when you think hips? And even if it's in your soft toss, T-work, short BP, what do you tell yourself about your hips?
So my hips, my feet, my knees, my hips, everything, they're all together. To get power on the ball, it's all hips and core. So you have to really push through the ball. The back knee has to come to the front knee. You can't really push up. You have to push through the ball. So that all starts with your hips and core.
Okay, hands. We're moving up just a little bit. Where do you start in your swing? What are some of the things you tell yourself about your hands? What are your danger zones as well?
My hands. You got to keep them loose. I start right here. I get a little bat whip in it, you know. So if I get my pitch, I can hit it, but I keep my hands really loose. If I get the fastball, I'll go with it. If it's outside, I can take it that way since my hands are so loose. If they're all tight and I'm all tense, I won't hit as good. My danger zones though, if I get my bat whip, if I start whipping too fast, your timing can be all the way off, and it'll cause you to flare the ball, and it cause you to just miss fastballs right down the middle.
Where do you start with your hands? Where do you start in your swing? Once you got the whip going and then you lock in, where do you start? Where are you comfortable?
Right in here. That's where I start, with the bat head up.
Why does that work for you?
I honestly think it's just because my hand speed. I trust myself. It's just been over the years of working with my hitting coach and different coaches, travel ball coaches, hitting coach, and just getting to know myself and know my hands and trusting myself. Because when I get the ball up, I stop right here. Then I bring it all the way back before I actually swing. So,
head. I know it's not supposed to move, but talk to me about things that when you're hitting off a tee, doing soft toss.
Right.
Talk to me about your head.
For my head and my eyes, it's all about tracking the baseball. If you have a ball coming in inside, you got to get your heads have to stay on key. Your head should stay over your back knee when you twist. When you swing, the head and everything should be in that power L right here. So if your head, the less movement, the better.
2 strikes. Pitch out here. It's close. How are you going to deal with it?
See, the outside pitch, that's my favorite pitch. Unlike a lot of hitters nowadays, the outside pitch, I let the ball get deep. I'll sit on my backside and just drive it that way. It's my favorite pitch.
Inside, with some hair on it. Maybe a little bit off the plate, something on it, but it's close enough to where it might be called a strike. I don't know if it's a strike, but it might be called a strike.
So there's a 2-strike count right here?
2-strike count.
If it's 2-strike count. I really, unless I see it well, my thing is to foul it off, because many pitchers, you know, from being my stature, from being who I am, they really won't challenge me inside, but some do, like Jacob Headley, you have somebody with some oomph on it, they'll challenge you inside. But if I get an inside pitch with something on it, I'll just work my hands inside of it and try to hit it straight back and foul it off. So I can get my pitch.
Final thing for you is your actual grip. Do you find yourself gripping it tight? Do the fingers stay loose?
No, really loose. I like to keep my pointer fingers up before I even swing, so it makes sure that I stay loose.
First of all, your marching band, London, England, New Year's Day. Are you in the band?
I'm not, but I do watch them. I do support them and everything too.
All right, the choir. They may be even better than the band. Are you in the choir?
I'm not, but I do like to sing.
Yeah, they're going to be at Carnegie Hall in 2018. How about that? He didn't even tell you that part. That's what makes this fun. So we combine high school, the education part of it for you. Do you love your school?
I do. Of course, every day. So proud to be a Jet.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
That's good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Center field off the bat of Berkman. It's back, and it's gone! 3-run homer, Lance Berkman.
Swing and a miss, and Andy Pettitte is now the all-time strikeout leader for the New York Yankees, and that ball is being tossed to the dugout.
Lance, you retired in 2013 after 15 seasons in the majors. What ultimately led you to be a high school baseball coach?
Well, I knew that coaching was something I might want to get into after I got done playing, and the year I retired, some people approached me from the school and asked me if I'd be interested in coaching in high school, and I have 4 daughters that go to the school, so I thought it might be a good opportunity to stay around the game and to be involved in where they're going to school, and so it just seemed like a great combination, and here we are.
2-2 pitches call, strike 3, and there's a strikeout that moves Andy Pettitte past Sandy Koufax on the all-time list.
It started for me because my son, Jared, we moved to the west side of Houston, and I took this job to coach him because I'd missed his whole basically childhood. I never got to see him really have a chance to play baseball. To be able to set a goal at the beginning of the season and be able to accomplish it, and for me to be able to do it while my son was pitching and out there, and a big part of what we did, it made it real special for me. Lance is the head coach, you know, so he's definitely always asking for advice and opinions on things.
Basically, I don't do anything. He does all the work. Like, he's the one that manages the pitching staff and sets all the bullpens. And
I always tell him, I give you a lot of suggestions. You always do what you want to do anyway, so why even ask me?
Just love being around him every day. I don't know that we've ever had a crossword between us. So, you know, he's a huge part of the reason why we've been successful, just because he's such a good coach, not only with mechanics, but I think what his strong suit was as a player, and that's just the mental side of pitching.
I struggled so mightily every time I took the mound that mentally I had to be into it, and mentally I had to make adjustments during the course of the game, and mentally when I had base runners all over the field out there on me, you know, you have to bear down and be able to make pitches. So I had to grind my way through games.
You know, these kids look up to you not only as a coach, but also as a former player. A lot of them are trying to also pursue the dream of going to the majors. What advice do you give to them as a head coach?
Well, it's just, you know, it's one step at a time. You gotta. I think that the toughest things for kids to realize at this stage in their life is how many guys are out there. You know, there's so many players, and you really have to do something special to, you know, to advance to the next level, and you have to work.
Really, this is all about the kids, to tell you the truth. We're like I said, we're at a small, you know, Christian school. It gives us an opportunity not only to talk baseball, which is all we know and all we've ever done, but it gives us also a chance to pour into our lives what's very important to us, and it's our faith. You know, it's a great opportunity for us both, for two major parts of our life, which is our Christian walk and baseball, and we're able to do both of them with these kids and try to hopefully make an impact in their lives, not only on the baseball field, but in their spiritual walk and in their life walk.
So interesting. And ironically enough, on that same diamond, there's a young man across the diamond I'm going to ask you about. Well, what was your first takeaway, not only from the two major leaguers that are taking their time to do this, but also on the impact of the kids? You also went in the dugout and spent time with the kids. Just big picture, what were your thoughts?
You know, I thought what was most interesting is not only are Pettit and Berkman linked from the Astros in their major league days, but their faith is something that they use to lead themselves as leaders and coaches of these kids, but also lead their team. And right. I think we don't always talk about faith in the context of sports, but here you have two major league guys who are now coaching a bunch of high school kids, and they really use faith to guide them and to give these kids a holistic approach to the sport.
Robin King had to have faith in a greater being than herself. She changed Ty King Richards' life. Before you go walk and talk with him, a piece that you did, tell us a little bit about Ty King Richards.
You know, Ty's a little guy, but he's a little guy with a lot of power and a lot of heart. And you'll see that when you see him talk. He has a smile on his face. He's excited to be here. Is he the best guy out there? Absolutely not. Is he the fastest? Does he bring the most energy to the team? Maybe.
Right.
He is just a light that I think every team needs somebody like Ty to be a leader off the field as well as on the field. And he talks about his overcoming of adversity, which makes him so unique to the sport, and how his background has really changed the way that he's played baseball and shaped his career.
Off to the base pads you go to talk with a young man. A foster family, adoptive family changed his life.
I've been playing ever since I was adopted with my new mom. She played softball in college, and she got injured, but softball was really her passion, so she got me into baseball. And I've just been playing since I was 5, really. It just became my main sport, my main passion. I just continue to play it. I was adopted when I was 5 from Los Angeles, in Compton, actually. And I just grown up with her, and my mom, and I just love her for that. that's my purpose, really, to play. And what really strives me is for my birth parents basically just play and as hard as I can. And if they were to still have me, then they see what I can do.
What do you bring to the team?
Mainly, they look into me for my speed. And that's really what I'm known for, so I got some light shoes so I can run faster. And just getting over and scoring, I love scoring for them.
So what do you think that you bring to the game of baseball that's unique compared to your teammates?
Somewhat facing adversity and how we have to face adversity playing teams and everything. I always tell, they ask me what do I think about my parents and all that, and I just tell them that they're always on the top of my head and I always think about them, but I don't let that get the best of me when I'm playing out here.
Oh, got him. Cool. Wow, this is so cool.
You guys are here because you're the best in the country. This is your moment to shine.
That was gone.
I'm Andrew McCutcheon. I want to congratulate all you guys on being on the perfect game.
Hey, Trey, right here. Wow, this is so cool. What? I can't believe what I'm seeing. This is amazing. This is crazy. Can't believe I'm actually here.
1, 2, 3, 1!
The high school showdown champs, the Providence Stallions. Woo!